Hello, welcome to the lesson. So you've chosen to learn a classic song, Sitting on the Dock of the Bay by Otis. So you're going to have a lot of fun with this one. It's quite straightforward, so you should find it, most people would find it quite easy. So that's the good news. And I'm going to show you two parts. I'm going to show you the chords to this song, but I'm also going to show you a lead part, which if you listen to the original recording, you can hear there's an electric guitar playing some lead riffs, and I'm going to show you those as well. And what that means is, if you've got a friend who plays guitar, you'll be able to jam this song. One of you can play the chords whilst the other one of you plays the lead part. Okay, so it just makes it a little bit more interesting. So let me demonstrate what I'm going to show you in this lesson. So firstly, there's an intro, which is actually done on a bass guitar, but we're going to play it anyway. So and then we've got some chords. Okay, so we're going to start off by learning that, and there's also a bridge section, and I'll show you the chords to that, and I'll show you the lead parts at the end, okay? So let's begin. This intro, nice and simple, you're just going to pluck the 6th string at fret 3 twice. And then what you're going to do is, you saw me hammering the 5th string at fret 4, I gave it a pluck, and then I hammered my 3rd finger onto fret 5 twice. So do it 4 times. Great. So now we're going to work with a G chord for the verse. You know a G because we learned it in the 12-part free course. Middle finger on the 6th string at fret 3, 1st finger on the 5th string at fret 2, and then 2nd string at fret 3, and little finger on the 1st string at fret 3. And what I'm going to suggest you do is use your fingers. You can use a plectrum if you want, and you can also use your thumb to strum the strings, but you'll see that I'm plucking the strings like this. And what that is the thumb on the 6th string, we miss out the 5th string, and we use the rest of your fingers to hold the 4th, 3rd, 2nd and 1st string, and you're going to pluck those strings all together. Da, 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 like that. Great, hope it makes sense. Like I say, you can strum it if you want. Now we're going to move to a B chord, and we're going to do it like this. This is actually how I do it. My 1st finger holds down the 5th string at fret 2. My little finger holds down strings 4, 3 and 2, all at fret 4. Now some people find that easier than others. Everybody's hands are different. And then when you use your fingers to pluck strings 5, 4, 3 and 2, it should sound nice and clear like that, okay? So it may take you a few minutes just to work with that and get the hang of it. Now what you're going to do is move that shape up 1 fret. Just plucking it twice, because what happens is you pluck it a 3rd time, move it down a fret, move it down 1 more fret, and then finish with an A chord. Now here's a little shortcut. You can do an A by using your 1st finger to lay flat across those strings, laying flat across the 4th, 3rd and 2nd string. Exactly the same notes, same frets, you're just using a different finger position in order to play it. Okay, so let me just demonstrate in slow motion exactly what we've done there, because I want it to be crystal clear in your mind. Starting with the G chord. B. C. There we go, that's the main verse section of the song. I'll play it at full speed so you can really get a feel for it. Okay, great. Great, hope that makes sense. Now let me just give you a tiny little variation. There's that little, a few notes that make it sound a bit more interesting. So start with the G, and then pluck the 6th string at fret 3 on its own. And then the 5th string open, then at fret 1, and then carry on with the B chord as normal. So when we join it together, we got this. And then the rest is the same. I'll do it again. Okay, just makes it a bit more interesting for you. Okay, and it goes back to a G, and then an E minor, which is a very simple chord. It's just the middle finger on the 5th string at fret 2 and the 4th string at fret 2. And you'll notice that I'm plucking string 6, 4, 3, 2 and 1, missing out the 5th string. Now we go back to G again, E minor again, G again, A, back to G, and then finish on E chord. And E, you should already know, it's the same as E minor with those 2 fingers, but the first finger goes on the 3rd string at fret 1. Okay, so that now is an E chord. Now, I want to demonstrate everything we've done there right from the start to make it crystal clear. Here goes. There we go, that's the main chords. I told you, nice and simple, aren't they? I think you should pick that up quite quickly. Now, there's a bridge section of the song, like a B section, if you want to call it that. It goes like this. Okay, right, so it starts with a G chord. Now you'll notice that it's a slightly different version of G. Earlier we were doing it like this, okay? Now you can do G in a different way by using the 3rd finger to go onto the 6th string at fret 3, the middle finger to go onto the 5th string at fret 2, and the little finger to go onto the 1st string at fret 3. Most people find that quite a stretch, so be patient with yourself, you know, work with it, pause the video if you need to. The 1st finger's not doing anything, okay? There you go, strum all the strings. That's a different way of doing G. And then play a D chord. Again, you should already know a D because we learned it in the free course. It's the 3rd string at fret 2, the middle finger on the 1st string at fret 2 and the 2nd string at fret 3. And with the D chord, if you remember, we just strum 4 strings. We don't strum the 6th and 5th string. And then we're going to do a C chord. That's the 3rd finger on the 5th string at fret 3, middle finger on the 4th string at fret 2 and 1st finger on the 2nd string at fret 1. Strum 5 strings. So what we've got there is G, D, C. And we do that again. And we do it a 3rd time. Okay, and now we're going to do an F bar chord. Okay, this is probably one of the more tricky ones. You're going to put your bar, your 1st finger, all the way across the strings at fret 1, holding them all down flat. It takes a lot of pressure and a lot of strength from your finger to be able to do that. Put your middle finger on the 3rd string at fret 2. Put your 3rd finger on the 5th string at fret 3 and the little finger on the 4th string at fret 3. Look at the chord box if you just want to check that, and you're going to strum all the strings. good. Again, quite tricky. You might have to pause the video and just get used to it. And then finish on a D chord. Right, okay. So I think I need to demonstrate that whole bridge section to you. Here it goes. G. And at that point, you go back into the main chorus chords, which are G, E minor, G, E minor, G, A, G, E. I hope that all makes sense. And of course, you're probably aware that when you downloaded the video, you also got the PDF document with all the tab and all the chord charts, so you can print it out and it's all there. So it should make perfect sense by the time you've looked at that document and watched this video. Okay, right, so now I'm going to show you this lead part that I was talking about. And it sounds like this. And that is what they play over the chorus chords. There's also some different bits that go over the verse, the first portion of the song, and I'll show you that all now. And there's also another bit that goes over the bridge. So it all corresponds to the same sections that we learned with the chords, okay? So really there's only 3 sections. I think you'll be fine. So here goes. Here's what you do. I've got my first finger across the first and second string, both at fret 10. Now, I know you can't see the whole neck on the camera angle that I've got there, but if you just remember that this shape is fret 12. You've probably got 2 dots on your guitar. Most guitars have. So here we've got fret 10, okay? So hope that's clear. First finger laying flat across strings 1 and 2. What you're gonna do is pluck them both, and you're gonna hammer your third finger onto fret 12, but you're not going to touch the first string. The first string is going to carry on ringing, so we should hear that. And you're going to do it 3 times like this, and then you're going to take your finger back off and just pluck the second string, so it'll sound like this. And then play the third string at fret 12, step down onto the middle finger on fret 11 on the third string, and then put your third finger onto the second string at fret 12, and give that pluck whilst you're still holding down the other note, so you've got them both going at once. Let me demonstrate. Okay, look at the tab at the bottom of the screen if you just need to check that. And he does that whole thing twice. And then once he's done it twice, he plays as if he's going to do it again. But instead of going to the third string, we do this. And what that is sliding from the second string from fret 12 to fret 14. And then put your first finger on the first string at fret 12, pluck it, and then the second string. Like that. Just check the tab at the bottom of the screen. So it goes like this. And then what you're going to do is a very similar thing. You're going to slide from fret 10 to fret 12 on the second string, and you're going to go like this. Okay, and then we're going to play. We're going to do a hammer, similar to what we did earlier. That's the one where you're holding your first finger flat across the first and second string, and you're hammering the second string onto 12. Off to fret 10 on the second string, third string at fret 12 there, and you're going to slide the third string from fret 11 to fret 13, and then play the first string at fret 12 on the end. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to demonstrate that whole thing to you. Here goes. And again. And then. Okay, so that's the lead part that plays along with the chorus. Okay, so let me show you the lead part, which just goes over the first verse portion of the song, and it's quite simple. Okay, here you go. You slide the second string from 10 to 12, and then play the first string at 10. And then you use that same shape, but you're going to take it all the way up to fret 16 and the first string at 14. Okay, hope that makes sense. So it'll sound like that. And then you're going to go up one more fret to fret 17 and the first string at 15. So if we join that together, what we've got is this. And then we're going to go like this. So that's just those two notes, fret 17 on the second string and 15, and you're just going to pluck them both, move them down a fret, down one more fret, and then finish up on fret 14 and fret 12. And that's it. That's what they do over the top of the verse. And once you've done it twice, that's when you can play the chorus lead part, which we learned just a minute ago. Hope it makes sense. And if you look at the PDF document that you downloaded with this lesson, it's got each section laid out and it'll tell you exactly what order to play it all in. So you don't have to worry. All you got to worry about is actually practicing it so it sounds nice, and so you can go and play it to people so it sounds nice. Now the last tiny little bit I'm going to show you is the lead part, which goes over the bridge. And again. And a third time. And then. That's it, that's the bridge. Okay, so middle finger onto the fourth string at fret 10. Slide to 12. Put the third finger on the second string at fret 12. And then do a very similar thing, but from fret 5 to fret 7. And then do it backwards, slide from 7 to 5. So if we join it together, we've got this. Do it 3 times. And again. And here's what you do now. You hold down fourth string at 12 and second string at 12, and you pluck them both. You pluck it a second time and slide down to fret 10. So pluck, pluck again, and slide, and pluck them both once more, for luck. And then we finish by sliding the middle finger on the third string from fret 9 to fret 11, and then play the first string at fret 10. Okay, there we go. That's all the parts. I've given you all the chords. I've given you the lead parts. I know it's a little bit chunky. I've given you all the different sections, but like I say, look at the PDF document. You'll see the order to play it all in. You'll be absolutely fine. Go and practice it. Enjoy it. Thanks for joining me in the lesson. I'll see you soon in one of the other video lessons, and make sure you email me in the meantime to let me know how you're getting on. Okay, bye-bye.